I saw you before I knew your name. In that silence where people speak only with their eyes, I saw the glint of 1,000 untold stories folded into your gaze. The hall was filled with ceremony, echoes of duty, and gilded promises, yet I heard nothing but the thunder of my heart when you looked at me. I had been trained to see everything and show nothing, but your presence made that impossible. Suddenly I was no longer a princess bound by ritual but I, breathless with the sudden weightlessness of love not yet spoken, only felt. My tutors could not prepare me for this. Your eyes softened the marble around my life, melted every instruction, every expectation. I watched you from behind tapestries of protocol. And I think you knew. Even then, I believe your heart whispered to mine through the hush of obligation. I memorized the rhythm of your footsteps, the curve of your smile, the way you stood just a little apart from the world, like me. In that first hour, I understood something impossible. You and I were going to write a different kind of history. Quiet, hidden, and blazing like a secret sun. You don't know what it means to live behind guarded walls, to smile with your whole face while keeping your soul untouched. I do. I've known it since before I had words for it. I've danced through rooms full of kings and diplomats, but I have never felt seen until you. With you I am not Spain's daughter or Europe's image of grace. I'm just me. Wholly undone and gloriously alive. Do you realize what you did? You reached for my hand like it was the most natural thing in the world, and my crown forgot its weight. We were not supposed to meet like this. They write fairy tales for girls like me, but they never tell the truth. They don't speak of the ache, the hunger for someone who sees beyond the throne, beyond the smile. I wanted to be a girl in the garden, running barefoot, laughing like wind. And when I am with you, I am her. I find her again in your arms, in your voice. You make my silence sing. I write your name in the air when no one is watching. I say it under my breath, in meetings, in moments when duty pulls me away. You are my rebellion, soft and sacred. There was a night, long after the banquets ended, and the palace sighed into stillness, when I stood on my balcony and wished on a star. It was foolish, childish, but you were in my mind, and I couldn't stop. I wished for one moment with you, somewhere no one could see. And the wind answered, cold and defiant, like it knew how much I ached for your nearness. That night I imagined us in another world, one where I'm not royal and you're not forbidden, where we walk streets unknown, share secrets in the dark, and let the world shrink to just our breath. I traced the stars with my fingertips, and imagined they were your shoulders, your lips, your chest beneath my hands. I wanted to learn you the way I've studied languages, carefully, reverently, passionately. I wanted your truths, not just your smiles. I knew it then. I didn't just like you, I didn't just want you. I belonged to you in that bone-deep, soul-carved way that poets call fate and real people call impossible. But we are both, aren't we? We are poetry, we are poetry, we are poetability dressed in longing. The first time you said my name like it was a prayer, I couldn't breathe. The syllables were soft, cradled in the hushed space between us. I had heard my name a million times, shouted in ceremony, murmured in reverence, but never like that. Never like it was precious. And yours, your name tasted like hope on my tongue. I said it aloud only once, in an empty corridor, and it echoed like a secret being born. My mother tells me love should be discreet, dignified. But how can something this fierce be quiet? I want to write it in the sky. I want to dance it into the earth. I want to scream it from every balcony even as I am told to bow, to smile, to remain still. You taught me to move again, to feel. You taught me to be unafraid of my own fire. I've learned to steal seconds with you like treasure. A glance, a touch beneath the table, a shared breath in a stolen hallway. These are my riches. These are my kingdoms now. Not lands or jewels, but the soft brush of your fingers across mine when no one's looking. Sometimes I wonder what people would say if they saw how you fold me into your arms, like I am more than my title. How you call me by my name, not my station. How you make me laugh so hard I forget centuries of tradition. You see the girl, not the crown. And in a world that only ever sees gold and legacy, that feels like salvation. They will never understand us. And maybe that's good. Maybe we are meant to live in the margins of their understanding. In the quiet bloom of things not made for public view. When you touch me, time slows. I forget the cameras, the speeches, the rigid poise I've mastered since I was a child. You undo me with a look, and somehow, I'm more myself than ever. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what makes your presence feel like home, but I never want to be far from it. I would give up every privilege for 5 minutes in your arms, without worry. I would trade ballrooms for rooftops, silks for shadows, applause for your whispered stay. And in my heart, I already have. You always said love is a quiet revolution. I didn't understand it at first. I thought love had to be grand, symphonies, parades, epic confession. But with you it's in the way you wait for me after long events. The way you carry a second coat in case I'm cold. It's how you notice the tremble in my fingers when I'm nervous and squeeze my hand under the table. That's revolution. That's the kind of love that changes things. Not with fire, but with gentleness. You've taught me that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it hums in your chest, when you look at me like I'm all that matters. I've started keeping notes of our time together, tiny records of you. The way you smell like cedar and sun, the way your voice softens when you say my love. I read them back when we're apart. They anchor me. You are my calm in a storm of expectation. You are the quiet in my endless parade of noise. And when I think of forever, it is your face I see. Not the coronation, not the throne, but your hands, your mouth, your soul curled around mine, like a vow. There is a tree in the royal garden that no one visits but me. Its roots are wild, its branches too unruly for the sculpted perfection they prefer. But I love it. It's honest, alive, like you. I bring books there and pretend to read, but really I think of you. I imagine you leaning against the trunk, your shirt slightly unbuttoned, your eyes on me unguarded. I imagine your voice in the hush of leaves, saying things that no one else hears. Sometimes I write poems there. I never show them to anyone, not even you. They're messy and too full of yearning. But they are real, and so are we, aren't we? Even if no one else believes it, even if the world tells us we can't be. I know what I feel when I'm near you. I know the truth that rises in my chest every time we part. That you are not just a want, you are a need, a compass, my north, even when I'm lost in ceremony and duty. If I could, I would bury a ribbon beneath that tree, with your name on it. Let the roots grow around it. Let the earth remember you with me. Do you remember the first time you brushed the hair from my face? It was nothing, really, a second, a breath, but my skin burned for hours afterward. I touched the place again and again, as if I could summon you back with memory alone. We stood too close, and neither of us moved away. That's when I knew this was more than infatuation, more than girlish dreaming. This was the kind of love that lives in the bloodstream, that becomes part of you. When we're apart, I feel your absence like a bruise. When you're near, my world narrows to just your presence. I watch you from corners, memorize the lines of your face and shadow. I imagine our lives in another time, another universe, where we meet in cafes, and wake in shared apartments with tangled sheets, and lazy mornings. I imagine cooking with you, dancing with you, growing old beside you. And I dare to believe that some piece of that can still be ours, even in this world, even in this life, because love like this doesn't vanish. It anchors, it builds kingdoms of its own, secret and sacred.